guys, it's Khaki. I am recording this on New Year's Eve. I think that New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day is a time to kind of reflect upon the past year and think about what we want to be, things maybe to be a little different, or what our goals are for the new year. So let's talk about it. 2024 was a big year for me. I had 2 rounds of plastic surgery and skin removal. In March, I had an extended tummy tuck and an extended arm lift. Rehabbed from that, as many of you know who watch my channel, I had that pesky drain in for almost 5 weeks, but I am so happy with the results. Then the day before Thanksgiving, I had the second round. I had a 360 upper body lift which basically is a torsoplasty or back lift and a breast lift without implants. I'm still healing from that, but I can tell as well I'm going to be really happy with those results. Another big thing for me this year, I started organized exercise. I discovered my love for Pilates, and I go to a couple of Pilates classes a week. I have also started doing a bar class, which is kind of a combination of isometric exercise and ballet stretching. I do that one day a week. And I've always done yoga, but done it at home. And so I do a deep stretching yoga class on Sunday mornings at 7:15. That is a new thing for me. Exercising with other people is something that I never would have thought about doing before my surgery. So, something that I have grown to really enjoy. And during the times that I was rehabbing from my surgery, those were things that I really missed. And I got the release to go back and start exercising again last week, and I tried to get right back into it. So, another thing this year, my weight has pretty much stayed stable. I have dropped a little bit. Looking back, I started the year at 151.8 pounds. And when I weighed in last Wednesday, I was 139. So I am down a little bit. I had about 5 pounds of skin removed on the first surgery, just a couple on the second surgery. So some of this is that skin removal, and some is probably a little bit more fat loss. I am over 2 years post op now, so I anticipate, pray, things will stay the same. That's my goal right now is maintenance in becoming more healthy in my body. So let's talk about goals for next year. I don't like to call them resolutions because I think that that sets you up for failure. And another thing, anytime that you are goal setting, I think it is that we need to set a goal for something that we have control over. We don't have any control over our weight in the end. We can do everything right and make a goal that I want to lose 50 pounds this year. And we can do everything right. We can control what we eat. We can control our activity. We can control our choices, but we can't control that scale. So when you're making goals, if you do it, keep that in mind. Do things that you make your goals something you actually can control. Another thing with goal setting that I have learned is to make it concrete. Make it something that you can actually measure. For example, don't just say, I want to get in more movement. Say, I want to have purposeful movement this many minutes a week, this many days a week. Or another thing with goal setting is instead of focusing on what you don't want or what you're going to take away or what you're going to stop doing, instead focus on what you are going to do instead, what you're going to add. So for example, if you are were going to say I am going to decrease my alcohol consumption. Instead of saying that, say I am going to increase my water consumption. So it's just a different mindset. Instead of making a negative goal, a lot of times it helps to make a positive goal. So, with that in mind, my goal for the new year is I'm going to try to get in purposeful movement 5 days a week. If I fall short of that, that's okay. Goals aren't always perfect, but that is my goal purposeful movement 5 days a week. If I get seven, But that's my goal. I am going to, and this is a negative goal, but then I'm going to flip it and talk about it. I'm really going to work on decreasing my intake of processed food. Not that I am giving up those goodies, those bariatric goodies that we all enjoy, but I'm going to work on decreasing the amount of ultra processed food that I take into my body. It's not about my weight at this point, it's just about health wise. So, instead of saying I'm going to decrease that, I'm going to focus on I am going to increase non processed foods in my diet. I'm going to work on, instead of reaching for an ultra processed bag of low carb chips, I'm going to reach for fruit, or I'm going to reach for maybe some cheese and some whole wheat crackers. So I'm going to work on increasing whole foods in my diet. Again, like I said, not cutting out the treats altogether, but I'm going to work on getting more of those things and less of the other. Another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to work on increasing my fluid intake. It has slipped the last few months. For the first year of my journey, I was on it. I got in 100 ounces of water minimum a day. That has slipped down. So I'm going to work on getting that back up to the 100 ounces. So tell me about what your goals are for the new year. Do you make goals? What would you like to see? Where would you like to see yourself at the end of next year when we do this video next year? Where do you hope to be? And what can you do to get yourself there? Guys, it has been a wonderful year, and I am so thankful for you all who have followed me along on this journey. And I will see you next week. Oh, by the way, next week I'm going to have up that creamy protein ice cream video, so be on the lookout for that. Have a great week and Happy New Year. Bye.